area schools is proud to present the Novi High School Marching Band. Introducing drum major Cassie Mullenix. And drum major Sarah Lynn Klepacik. And now join in cheering the Hornets on to victory with Eat 'em Up. Stand and join the Sling Marching Band under the direction of Scott Cano in honoring America with the playing of the national anthem.
It's going to turn back on, Ben. The biggest battery. It's really big.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hornet Stadium for tonight's football game between the Wildcats of Novi and the Saline Hornets. Here now are the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, starting on offense for the Wildcats from Novi. At right guard, number 62, Stevie Davis. At right tackle, number 72, Art Coran.
1-7 with their lone win coming against South Lyon High School. Losses to Brighton, Lakeland, Salem, South Lyon East, Livonia Stevenson, Northville, and Westland John Glenn. The Wildcats, as I said, coached by Todd Pennycuff in his third season at Novi High School. As you heard in the second part of our interview with Coach Palka, the Wildcat squad is much better than their record reflects. The team made a drastic shift in offensive philosophy midway through the season after starting out 0-4. Coach Pennycuff and his staff decided to switch from a traditional spread offense, much like the Hornets run, to a flexbone wing T style of offense That switch has paid immediate dividends when the Wildcats won their first and only game, as I said, 43-6 over South Lyon. Since then, the margin of defeat has been much better than it was earlier in the year. The Wildcats lost their first 4 games by an average of 17.5 points per game. The last 3 losses have been just by an average of 5 points in those contests. One player to watch out for is Emmanuel Jackson. Jackson is a 6-foot, 160-pound freshman who has made quite an impact on this offense. Jackson has become the Wildcats' main ball carrier, and he has rushed for over 100 yards a few times now. His last time out versus Westland John Glenn, Jackson ran for 183 yards and 2 touchdowns, and Coach Pennycoff has said that his young running back has been getting better by the week. The Wildcats have 4 other backs that they will hand the ball off to under the direction of senior quarterback Blake Boren. Boren has not started every game at quarterback this season, and it is possible that we may see some of Isaac Burgess, who was the team's starting quarterback at the beginning of the season. These 2 teams have squared off several times since 1950, but they haven't played each other much prior to last season. These 2 teams used to be in the Southeastern Conference together before Novi left after 1978. The Hornets and Wildcats then played each other twice more in 1979 and 1980 before the series took a 31-year hiatus and the rivalry was renewed last season. The Hornets are 5-6 all-time against Novi, and they are looking for a little bit of revenge tonight as they lost this game last year at Novi 42-21 in Week 9.
And starting at the nose, number 75.
Kickoff is just around the corner as we get set for the game between the Hornets and the Wildcats next on Hornet Radio.
Introducing the officials in today's game. Back judge tonight from Temperance, Rob Malik. Line judge tonight from Lambertville, Mr. Mark Duchesne. Headlinesman tonight from Blissville is Pat Sizer. The umpire for tonight's game from Ottawa Lake, William Bisbee. The referee for tonight's game from Temperance, Randall Sales. Justin Banks will kick off for the Wildcats. Deep for the Hornets, number 2, Gage Hammond. Number 22, Nader El-Ahar.
Welcome back to Hornets Stadium. We are just about ready to kick off this game between the Novi Wildcats and your Saline Hornets. As we've talked about most of the evening, it was a senior night. Seniors were recognized with about a half hour to go before kickoff of this game. 28 in total were recognized before the game, notably Gage Hammond, Tyler Palka, Casey Shuko, lots of guys who have contributed to this program over the last 4 years. Both all getting their just recognition out on the field before kickoff tonight. Saline is in their home uniforms, white pants with navy blue and gold trim, the tops navy blue with numbers in yellow or gold, and white and yellow piping on the arms. The new redesigned Saline Hornet helmet, all white, is the final piece of the uniform. Novi in their visiting white uniforms, white and green trim on the pants, same thing on the jerseys as well. Saline, of course, coming into this game with a record of 7-1. They need just one win to clinch their first 8-win regular season in quite some time. And Saline will receive this ball to start our game. Gage Hammond and Nadar Elawar back deep for the Hornets. Justin Danks to kick off for the Wildcats. And we're underway here at Hornet Stadium. Kickoff is taken at the 30-yard line by A.J. Korzik across the 35 and pushed out near the 39-yard line. So Novi attempting to squib that kickoff, and it doesn't help out a whole lot. Saline starts with pretty good field position to begin this ball game. Tyler Palka leads this offense for the final regular season game that he'll play in his high school career. Tyler Palka, 100 of 11 out of 181 passing attempts for a 61.3% completion. Handoff is to Kevin Gross, who gets across the 40-yard line and thrown down at the 42. Palka's thrown for nearly 1,500 yards on the season, 13 touchdowns to just 5 interceptions, and certainly a pretty good season for the senior QB. A.J. Korzik, Gage Hammond, and Caleb Luckett are on the field right now, as well as Jimmy Craig. And the handoff is to Kevin Gross along the left side across the 45 to the 50, where he's got enough for a first down, pushed onto the Novi side of the field at the at the Novi 49-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Hornets. Rushing stats were a little lacking last week. It kind of lent itself. Skyline giving the Hornets a lot of space to throw the football, so Joe Palka is saying that the Hornets elected to throw a lot more. Tyler Palka attempting his first pass. He's pressured, and he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Taken down at the 46-yard line of Saline. Tackle was made by number 44, Lucas Buck, his first tackle of the evening. It'll be 2nd down and long for Saline.
6 on the play, 2nd down, 16.
Hornets will be in a 5 wide receiver set. Tyler has Kevin Gross come in motion. He fakes the handoff there. He'll keep it across the 45 to the 50. Cuts it across the 45 and pushed out at the Novi 42-yard line. Got a lot of that back after losing 6 yards on the QB sack. Pushes it all the way out to the Saline 43 officially. Will be 3rd down and medium. Officially 5. So 4 wide receivers, Palka in the gun. He's going to look to throw again. No, they'll hand off to Kevin Gross on the counter draw. Gross across the 40 to the 35, still on his feet before he's tripped up. Got enough for the first down, but he's at the Novi 33-yard line, and it is good enough for a Hornet first down.
First down at the 32-yard line.
32 to be exact now on the yard line. Tyler Palka is in the shotgun, 4 wide. They look back to the sideline. They'll get the play call from there. Palka hands off to Gross along the right-hand side, makes a cut across the 25, spins his way near that first down marker. So a good run from Kevin Gross. It'll be 2nd down and short. Joe Palka saying before the game the maturity of Kevin Gross this season has really allowed this offense to flourish in a way that maybe the offense didn't anticipate. Kevin, just a sophomore, as we've said several times, Fake the handoff to him. Screen pass to Gage Hammond is complete across the 20 to the 15. That'll be good enough for a Saline first down. There is a flag down at the 22-yard line, though. My assumption is this one's going to come back. It's a hold on Saline, so spot of the foul will make it close to 2nd down and 12. Next it'll be 2nd down and 10. So they must have got him just as he crossed that first down spot. Palka with 5 wide. Kevin Gross has lined up in the slot. Tyler going to look to throw. Snap was low. Tyler's going to go deep over the middle. He's got a man open. Is it caught? Yes, it is. Gage Hammond, touchdown. 28 yards through the air. Tyler Palka to Gage Hammond. And the Hornets are on top, 6-0 with 9:38 to go here in the first. Good job by Tyler Palka. Gage Hammond snuck behind the deep contained safety, and he was able to get a touchdown. It's now 6-0 Saline. Gage Hammond's on to attempt the extra point after his 28-yard touchdown catch. Trent Tyson will hold Nick Sawyer to snap. Snap is back, hold is down, and kick is up and good. Good job by Trent Tyson to corral that one. It's 7-0 Saline with 9:38 to go. We'll be back next with more here on Hornet Radio.
Your score, Saline 7, Novi 0.
I only got one. I was going to tell them that might be
Sign up for daily email updates, read articles about your Hornets, listen to the Hornet Radio, and even shop online. It's all online at SalineHornets.com.
Gage Hammond's kickoff is end over end, and he'll sail back into the end zone. So Novi will take over at their own 20-yard line to begin their first offensive series of the night. As we said, they switched offensive philosophies midway through the season. They had been a more traditional spread offense earlier in the year. Coach Pennycuff electing to switch to a wing T flexbone style of offense, so that's what we'll see tonight. And the one man who stood out for Novi has been freshman running back Emmanuel Jackson. He's had several good games for this team. Blake Boren is the starting quarterback. He was not the original starter at the beginning of the year, but he has taken the majority of the snaps since Isaac Burgess started the year. Boren under center, hands off right at the line of scrimmage. Was Cameron Mitchell who got the handoff. I don't know if he got a yard there. They're going to mark him right back at the 20-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. So a good job there on that first carry of the ball game. And Saline stops Cameron Mitchell for no gain. A wing T formation again. 2 tight ends. Pitches at the line of scrimmage to ball carrier for Novi, gain of about 5. I believe that was Emmanuel Jackson wearing a different number tonight, number 25. We had him as number 5 on the roster. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. So we'll see what the Hornet defense can do here on this first possession by Novi. Boren's going to be under center. You'll see them in this Wingback formation, man in motion. Handoff is made at the line of scrimmage across the 30-yard line. Good enough for a first down. Emmanuel Jackson was the one that carried it there, so it's not Emmanuel Jackson who carried the ball the last time.
Also in on that tackle of Matt Barbu.
Matt Barbu's the one that makes the tackle. But either way, it's good enough for a first down for the Wildcats. Mark it at the 34-yard line of Novi. Jeff Baker is the ball carrier that carried the ball the first time. We're going to have a false start, I believe. Oh, no, they're going to say the Hornets jumped off sides. So it'll be 1st and 5 now. See some wholesale changes from that Hornet defense. Joe Palkas talked a lot about how the depth along the defensive line has certainly improved a lot this year. Also in that secondary, you've seen Grant Ellis get some playing time. Jordan Olson has seen more regular playing time as well. 1st down and 5. Boren is under center. Pitch is made to Rob Armiak. He's across the 40 to the 44, and that's going to be good enough for another Novi first down. This kind of offense, of course, will lend itself well to clock control. Novi burns a lot of time off the clock. .7:33 to go here in the first. Hornets are on top 7-0. Boren comes back to the line of scrimmage with that wing-back formation. Give the handoff to Jeff Baker, who's hit right at the line of scrimmage and brought down. Good job there by Caleb Ashby, who got in and made the hit. It'll be no gain on the play, 2nd down and 10.
Help from Caleb Ashby. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10.
So another good stop there. We haven't seen the Hornet defense stand too stout on these first 2 series of downs, but there you see them for a stop of no gain. Wingback formation, you'll see this all night. Man in motion, pitches to across the 40 to the 35. Sorry, the pitch was to Emmanuel Jackson there. Can be pushed out at the Hornet 35. It's good enough for a first down for Novi, so they are on the move. A good first series for the Wildcats. Jordan Olson in there on the tackle. So this is a difficult offense to prepare for. You'll see them use a lot of deception. So much happens at the line of scrimmage, very difficult to see who ends up with the football. Man in motion, pitch is made across the 30-yard line. Ball carrier was Matt Forche. He changed numbers, funny story, before the ball game. Matt Forche normally wears number 6, but forgot his jersey before the game tonight, and so he'll be wearing number 3. Normally Kyle Mattel wears number 3, but he's been told that he's injured for the evening, so Matt Forche will be the ball carrier most of the evening. Boren under center in that wingback look. Handoff is right at the line of scrimmage to Cameron Mitchell. Got a yard. John Smutney is the one that makes the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Excuse me, 3. Boren is under center. Pitch is made to Forche. He bobbled the snap, but he's across the 25 to the 20, still on his feet. Finally taken just short of the Hornet 20. It'll be 1st down and 10 when it's all said and done, and another good run from Matt Forche. 6 foot, 175-pound senior keeps the drive alive, and it's another first down for Novi. Inside 5 minutes almost here in the first quarter. Saline scored on a 32-yard touchdown pass from Tyler Palkett at Gage Hammond. Pitch is made to Emmanuel Jackson. He's hit right at the 21 after getting about 2 yards. Strike at the 18. Alex Kendig makes the tackle. So I was saying, so much happens at the line of scrimmage in this formation. It's very hard to keep track of where the football is. Boren's done a nice job of running the offense. Pitch is made to Rob Armiak. He's all the way across the 10-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal for Novi. Markham at the 7, so it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. And Novi doing a good job of keeping this Hornet defensive front pretty confused here on this first drive. Inside 4 minutes to go here in the first. Novi looking to tie it up with Saline leading 7-0. Handoff is right at the line of scrimmage to Marshall Sales. John Smutney makes the stop. Short gain just of 2 yards on that run. So 2nd down and goal at the 6. Wing T formation again. Cameron Mitchell's behind Boren in the eye. They'll pitch at the line of scrimmage to Forche. Forche bounces off, cuts back inside. Still on his feet and wrapped up, marked at the 1-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and goal at the 1. Kendig makes the stop again. They're going to mark him actually just inside the 3-yard line, so one official marking him down at the 1, but Forche taken down a little bit before that. So interesting to see what happens here. Saline could hold stout here. They could force the Wildcats to kick a field goal. Handoff is to Emmanuel Jackson, and he's hit down at the 2. So we'll bring up 4th down and goal. So that's the horse that they like to ride. Emmanuel Jackson can't get there. And it looks like Novi going to take their chances here with 4th and goal at the 2. This would be a big stop for Saline after letting Novi drive 78 yards all the way to their 2-yard line. But if they could walk away here unscathed, it'd be a big momentum shift here in this ball game. Man comes in motion, pitches to Jackson. He's got the corner. He's in. Touchdown, Novi.
Touchdown scored by Emmanuel Jackson.
See that speed as Emmanuel Jackson comes in from that far wingback position. Was able to go right past the Saline defense very quick and found the corner of the end zone and makes it 7-6. Justin Danks will come on to kick the extra point. Kick will be held by Blake Boren, the quarterback. Snap is back. We've got flags on the play. Kick was more than good. It was a great kick by Danks. Offsides on Saline. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Pennycuff decides to do here. They're going to re-kick it. Interesting to see if they might decide to fake it here. Boren will hold again. Justin Danks will attempt it a bit closer. Snap is down, kick is up. That time almost blocked, but right through the uprights to tie it up at 7-all. 1:52 to go here in the first quarter. We're tied at 7 here at Hornet Stadium. We'll be back with more next on Hornet Radio.
This kick sails into the end zone. That's an automatic touchback. Hornets will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking for our participant in tonight's field goal challenge. Rolf Alexis, ticket number 00561. Rolf Alexis, ticket number 00561. You will be our contestant in tonight's field goal challenge. Please report to the pickup truck on the visitor side of the concourse. Rolf Alexis, ticket number 00561. Please report to the pickup truck on the visitor side of the concourse. Rifkin-Woolley, the ball carrier. Blake Boron made the tackle along with Grant Wheeler. Gain of 8, 2nd down and 2. Hammond's kick is good. 1 minute 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The score is now Saline 14, Novi 7. For some new Hornet gear, check out the new official online store for Saline Spirit Wear, SalineSpirit.com. You can also visit their tent tonight to check out some of their products. That's SalineSpirit.com. And the kickoff for the Hornets. Jackson and Matt Burchett are deep for Novi. Sails 20 yards deep in the end zone. That's an automatic touchback. 1st and 10 Novi at their own 20-yard line. Cameron Mitchell, the ball carrier. Johnson made the tackle. Gain of 1. 2nd down and 9. Jeff David on the ball carrier for the Wildcats. He meets the middle and half Hornet defense. Led by Alex Kendall. Gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. Jackson on the ball carrier. Brian Newton Gordon and Alex Kindig made the stop. Gain of 6. 4th and 3. And the clock will run out here in the first quarter with a score. Saline 14, Novi 7. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I would like to direct your attention to the 30-yard line, where the 2011 Saline Girls Cross Country team has assembled. Last fall, the Saline Girls Cross Country team continued a tradition of excellence, winning their 16th consecutive Southeastern Conference championship, their 10th consecutive regional championship, and finishing runner-up in the SHS Division I state finals. The Hornets were led by captains Amy Kreitz, Kaylee Luttrell, Meredith Mack, Kelly Richards, and Julie Sweeson. Congratulations to head coach Mike Smith and the 2011 state runner-up Saline Girls Cross Country team. Latham is back in punt formation for Novi. Brandon Gordon came to receive for the Hornets. It's recovered by Novi's number 31, Christian Durham. Christian Durham recovers that muff punt for Novi. They'll start 1st and 10 in Hornet territory at the 48-yard line. Fullback Cameron Mitchell, the ball carrier. Matt Barboon on the tackle. Ian 1, it'll be 2nd down and 9.
Alex Kendig makes the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
It's going to be 3rd down and 7.
Boren comes back to the line of scrimmage. Pass play for Boren. He faked the pass. Flag is down. Boren's going to run for the 1st down. Tripped up right at the 38-yard line, but there is a flag sitting down at the 50-yard line. It is going to be a hold on the Wildcats, so marks that 10 yards back. Casey Shuko was dragged down. He's a little bit shaken up. I think someone rolled up on the back of his leg as he jogs gingerly back to the sideline. So they'll march it back all the way to the Novi 40-yard line. They were passing on that last possession or that last play. I'm assuming they're going to have to do the same thing here again. Be 3rd down and 22. Bourne will bring his teammates back under center. Pitch is made, no reverse play. I think that's Jeff Baker that got the football again. He gets maybe 3 yards on it. So it'll be 4th down and a long way to the 1st down. Brandon Gordon will be back deep again to receive the kick. Craig Latham on to punt. Latham will stand at the Novi 27. Brandon Gordon at the Saline 29. Latham's kick is a lot better than the last one. Brandon Gordon will fair catch it. Drops it again, but luckily for the senior, he's the only one back there. And Saline will take over at the 23-yard line, so Saline escapes more disaster there as Gordon able to fall on it after he muffed the catch. Parents, remember that big hit your kid took during the game? The kid probably doesn't. So after the game, watch out for signs that a concussion may have taken place. Signs and symptoms don't always show up right away, so learn what to look for. Get more information about concussions, including access to free online education courses, by visiting the MHSAA website and clicking on education. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Tyler Palka in the gun with 4 wide. I think we're going to get a timeout by the Wildcats. We'll take a break with them. 9:32 to go. Saline on top, 14-7. We'll be back with more next on Hornet Radio. Both teams back out on the field. Just waiting for the final moments of this timeout to tick off. Before wide receivers when we do resume play. Kevin Gross is the tailback for Saline. Now plays ready to resume. Palka and his team check out of the play. Gross repositions himself. Tyler hands off to Kevin off the right side, cuts it back to the left across the 30 to the 31. They're going to mark him just short, actually, of the 30. Be 2nd down and 4. Tyler Palka looking back to the sidelines to get the play. Receivers are Jimmy Craig, Hammond, Luckett, and Korzik. Palka now ready. Fakes the handoff to Kevin Gross. Across the 30 to the 35, got a lot of room. 45 needs a block. Tyler Palka, look at the Jets. 25-20. Can he get there? Yes, touchdown, Tyler Palka. What a run from the senior quarterback. Tyler just seemed to have an extra gear on that touchdown run. And now the Hornets on top, 20-7. What a run. I've watched Tyler Palka play a lot of football over the last 4 years, and he has not shown that kind of speed in the entire time I've watched him. What a run. Kick from Gage Hammond is up, and it is good. So at the 8:36 mark in the second quarter, Saline now on top 21-7 on the 71-yard touchdown run from Tyler Palka. We'll be back with more next on Hornet Radio.
Varsity football games are being broadcast on www.SalineHornets.com. You can also listen to archive broadcasts. This winter, Hornet Radio will be broadcasting a variety of athletic events. That's www.SalineHornets.com.
A 71-yard touchdown run from Tyler Palka extends the Hornet lead to 14 now, up 21-7 with 8:36 to go here in the second quarter. Gage Hammond to kick off. Hammond's kick is end over end and looks like it's going to well sail into the end zone. Jackson and Forche were both back there to return the kick, but to no avail, and the Wildcats will begin their next offensive possession at their own 20. So far, a lot of guys doing well on this defense after the first touchdown drive. Barbu and Kendig have done a nice job playing defense tonight. Boren is going to be in the wingback formation under center. He'll turn around and hand it off to Cameron Mitchell right into the line of scrimmage. We've seen them do that a lot on first down. Seems to be their favorite play call on first down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Maybe the best gain we've seen so far on that turnaround handoff to the fullback. Pitches to Forche, dances his way across the 25. Doesn't get much after that. They're going to mark him at the 26. So it'll be 3rd down and 4. Excuse me, 27, so 3rd down and 3. Alex Kendig makes the stop once again. Lots of rushers to keep track of with this Novi offense. As many as 5 guys could carry the football. Fake pitch to Forche. I think they handed it off to Jackson, but he doesn't go anywhere on the 3rd down carry. So it'll bring up 4th down and 3, and Novi will be forced to punt again. Brandon Gordon will catch the punt at the 39-yard line of Saline across the 45 to the 50. There is a flag down on the far side of the field.
Brandon Gordon will turn that punt across the 50 to the 46-yard line.
It's going to be a hold on Saline, so mark it back. It'll be 10 yards from the spot, so Saline should begin this next offensive possession at the 38-yard line.
It'll be 10 yards from the spot.
So Tyler Palka will bring his teammates back out. Oh, the hold must have been at the Saline 40, so they'll start this drive at their own 30-yard line. Tyler Palka again, 71-yard touchdown run on the last offensive possession for the Hornets. Griffin Woolley back there. Palka's going to be in the gun. 4 wide. Tyler, fake the handoff, throw the screen pass out in the flat. It's complete to Elawar. Gets 3 yards, 2nd down and 7 at the, well, they marked him back way further than that. Official on the far sideline and marked him all the way up at the 33. The official nearest to this broadcasting position said the 31, so just a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Saline checking out of the offensive play they have called. Palka going to hand off to Woolley or across the right side. Makes a cut to the 32, 33. Falls forward near the 34. Be 3rd down and 6. So Palka will have a 3rd down here. He'll have 3 wide receivers. There'll be twins to his right, single receiver to his left, and Griffin Woolley in the gun with him. Craig lines up as the tight end. Saline again checking out of the play they were just in. Woolley sets up now to Palka's left. Now they're going to check it one more time. Got to get this play off. Play clock has to be running low. Hand off to Griffin Woolley. Makes a cut at the 35 to the 40. Oh, he had a lot of space. Flag is down after the play. I think it's going to be another hold on Saline. Jimmy Craig is really slow to get up. It is a hold on the Hornets. Jimmy Craig looks like he twisted that ankle pretty good underneath. And so it'll be 3rd down and long, and assuming Max Recknagel will have to come in and be the tight end.
It'll be 3rd down and 14 yards to go for the Hornets.
Bring an extra receiver out, so it'll be 4 wide receivers. Haven't seen a lot of Joey Zakrajcik since the game against Huron. 5 wide receivers. Tailback lines up in the slot. Tyler almost got the Novi defense to jump off sides again. Tyler going to look to run the quarterback draw and hit right at the 25. No, stays on his feet, but gets to the 31. He was popped once at the line of scrimmage, but Tyler gets maybe a gain of 6. It'll be 4th down and 8.
Bring up 4th down to the Hornets.
And Saline will be forced to punt. Gage Hammond will punt. Emmanuel Jackson will be deep.
5 and 11 back.
Robbie Dayton and Jackson are the 2 deep guys. And we've got a flag now. I think we've got a offside call coming up. As you can see, one of the Wildcats lined up offside. The Novi team looks back, trying to figure out which one of them was the one lined off offside. So offense comes back out after the mistake by, I believe it was Austin Ivy that was lined up offside. So Tyler Palka will come back out with 4:43 and ticking in the 2nd quarter. It's a 4th and 2 at their own 37. Interesting gamble here by Coach Palka, up 21-7. We'll wait and see if they can get the Wildcats to jump off sides again. And the Wildcats are going to take another timeout. We'll take one with them. 4:28 to go here in the 2nd quarter. We'll be back with more next on Hornet Radio.
Look for it on Tuesday or online at video.com.sctn.
Saline now electing to punt after Novi calls the timeout. Gage Hammond stands back at the Saline 23. Robbie Dayton is the deep man for the Wildcats, and we've got another flag. That's a false start on the Hornets, so I don't know if Joe Palka had a fake punt on there, but that'll change the way things go as Emmanuel Jackson trots back out to be the other deep man for Novi. Gage Hammond now stands at the Hornet 17. Hammond's punt is a pretty high, good spiral. Jackson sitting there, he'll let it hit at the 35 and roll inside the Novi 20-yard line. All the way just inside, so it'll be officially 1st and 10 at the 20. The MHSAA.TV website is the place to go for all fall finals action. Watch the championships online live in boys soccer, girls volleyball, and girls swimming and diving, and watch the football finals on demand shortly after each game is completed. It's all a click away at MHSAA.TV, a message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Blake Bourne comes back out. They'll be in a power I formation now. Handoff is to Emmanuel Jackson, hit at the line of scrimmage by Alex Kendig again. Pushes forward for about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6, so Kendig very active in the first half. Officially give him a 5th yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 5. Boren comes back after getting instruction from Coach Penny Cuff on the far sideline. Boren is under center in that power I formation again. Handoff is to Jackson, who pushes his way across to the 26, where he's wrapped up there. A host of Hornets in there. Nick Sakarik makes the initial contact, and it'll be 3rd down and 4 after a gain of just 1. Gordon and Goman come back on. Jordan Olson heads back to the sideline. Substitution's pretty liberal with that Saline secondary now that there's more men to play. As we said, Grant Ellis and Jordan Olson have been seeing much more time back there. Power I once again. Pitch is to Forche. Forche gets out of a tackle. He's going to have enough for the 1st down and tripped up at the 35-yard line of Novi.
He eludes a man in the backfield and gets up across the 30 to the 35-yard line.
Adam wrapped up for a loss of 3, but Forche able to slip the tackle, and instead it's a 1st and 10 for Novi at their own 35. Inside 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first half.
Parents of the senior band members, would you please make your way towards the north end zone at this time?
Boren comes back up. They're in that 3-back I formation again. And they got a Casey Shuko to jump offside. Shuko saying he was persuaded offside, but instead they're going to tag Casey with the offside penalty. It'll be a 5-yard one. It'll be 1st and 5. Clock will start inside 2:20 to go here in the first half. Chris Schmidbauer here for you on Hornet Radio and again on Saline Community Television Network. Thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast. Handoff is made to the fullback. Jeff Baker got it. Boren and Baker ran into each other. Somehow Baker's able to come away with it and get positive yardage. A gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Travis Brown makes the stop, but both guys run into each other, and somehow for the 2nd time in a row, the tailback able to get the ball from the quarterback for Novi. Novi's going to have to pick up a lot of yards on a play here. There are only 1 timeout left. We'd have to think at some point they're going to pull some form of pass play. Boren hands off right to the front back. A flag comes flying in from the back judge. Cameron Mitchell gets it. Not enough for the first down, but I think it's going to be a penalty on Novi just from where that flag was thrown. Chop block on Novi, so another costly penalty for the Wildcats. Olson, Swick, and Brown come off. Goman, Monahan, and Gordon come back on. So 15 yards from the spot. It'll be second down and 15. Minute 17 to go, so we'll see what the Wildcats draw up here. Trying to score before the break, but a second slowly ticking away. Boren under center, this time in an offset eye look. Pitch is made to Forche. Forche across the 30 to the 35. Got back to that original line of scrimmage. And Celine's going to take a timeout. Joe Palka going to try and see if he can force Novi to make a play here. So third down and 10 at the Novi 30 when play resumes. Visit the MHSAA website to check out scores and schedules, tournament brackets, educational and health and safety resources, and much, much more. Sign up to become a registered user of the MHSAA website and become a score reporter. Check out blogs and podcasts to keep your perspective about high school sports straight. It's all online at mhsaa.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Trying to see if they can get the ball back. We saw them go 68 yards a couple weeks ago here against Huron just before halftime. Perhaps the most exciting touchdown drive of the evening. And we'll see if the Navy blue and gold can duplicate that here this evening. Third down and 10 when play resumes. Boren is under center with a straight I formation. Pitch is made to, I believe that's Emmanuel Jackson. Jackson gets 4 yards. It'll be fourth down and 6, and Joe Palka burns the second timeout of the half for the Hornets. So they'll have one timeout remaining. This will be interesting to see what Celine can do. Certainly capable of scoring quickly. Perhaps the most impressive thing about that big touchdown drive just before halftime a few weeks ago was there was only one pass thrown on the whole drive. The Hornets able to cover nearly 70 yards in 5 plays, and only one of them was a pass. And as we've heard Joe Palka say several times on these broadcasts, his philosophy is to make sure that no matter how much time left on the clock, he can put points on the scoreboard. No lead too big, especially before halftime for the first-year Celine head coach. Latham back to punt. Brandon Gordon will stand at the Celine 30-yard line. They're going to fake the punt. They got the first down. Great call by Novi. Across to the 45-yard line of Celine. Ball carrier was number 45, not on my roster for Novi. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's a first down for the Wildcats and new life for the green and white. So a gutsy call by Coach Pennycuff there on the 4th and 6. And he said to Joe Palka, I call your bluff, and they were able to get a big gain. So now, with better field position, we'll see if they try and do anything here. Nope, handed off to, I believe, Jeff Baker. And they'll be taken down at the 45-yard line again.
No gain on the play. Nobody calls timeout.
And Coach Pennycuff calls his last timeout. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me to be calling timeouts when you're only going to run 2- and 3-yard running plays. You're certainly not going to score before halftime. Unless the Wildcats had the kicker from New Jersey in high school football kick the 67-yard field goal, I'm pretty sure they're not going to have that happen tonight. So I'm not understanding the philosophy right now or the strategy here for Coach Pennycuff, but maybe he's got another rabbit in the hat like that fake punt they just had for a first down. Hornets come back out, as do the Wildcats. Boren's going to be under center. He does have a lone receiver split out wide. That's Justin Danks, the kicker. He also plays tight end for this team. Matt Goman's going to be matched up one-on-one with him. They're going to put 2 more seconds back on the clock. So it'll be 12 seconds when play resumes. Boren's going to be under center. He'll have 3 backs back there. Assume they'll have to pass as the fake pitch is to Baker. And it's going to be intercepted by Brandon Gordon. He's got a lot of green in front of him. 45-40. Can he get to the end zone? Cuts at the 10, and he's going to be taken down inside the 10. No time left on the clock. There is a Novi player down at the 32. Brandon Gordon does his best to try and make a last-ditch play, and Brandon Gordon just fell 4 yards short of reaching the end zone as both teams head to the locker room. Saline up 21-7. Whew, what a first half. Way to end it. We'll be back with the Hornet Halftime Show next on Hornet Radio here on SalineHornets.com and SalineFootball.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your Saline High School Marching Band. Our show tonight is dedicated to the graduating seniors of the marching band. We begin with our opener from this season's halftime show. Here's Magical Mystery Tour and Lady Madonna. Graduating seniors who are marching their last home performance with the Saline High School Marching Band tonight. They are Kevin Howe, Marcus Barbrett, Elizabeth Bergoff, Ryan Brophy, Allison Collins, Danielle the Jeter, A.J. Dykes, Paige Elliott, Leah Fussmeyer, Jennifer Fillinger, Aaron Fitch, Grant Gannon, Lexi Green, Matthew Abel, Joshua Hands Connect, Adam Harbenstricker, Aaron Healy, Brenna Hines, Brandon Havong, Amanda Johnson, Dana Kalo, Josiah Heath, Stephen Kiabu, Claire Kirchner, Madeline Krebs, Alex Liu, Riley McHugh, Ethan McGuire, Amanda Messina, Holly Machina, Brendan Moore, Cassandra Mullenix, Max Nevis, Alexis Nowicki, Shannon O'Flynn, Vince Olson, Joe Omachinsky, Jesse Roulette. Sarah Palmerton. Eric Redfern. Nicholas Reuter. Tyler Santos. Alyssa Shesky. Sarah Schmidt. Zach Schwingdall. Margaret Sheets. Samantha Sykes. Michael Vizzini. Allison Warmanen. And Ian Wolf. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the senior class of the 2012-2013 Saline High School Marching Band. Thank you, seniors, for your years of dedicated service to the Saline Marching Band. Your strong leadership and talents have enhanced the quality and spirit of our group and set an excellent example for senior classes to come. You will not be forgotten. We now take you back to the fall of 2009 as the seniors present one of their favorite tunes from their freshman year. Here's Make Me Smile from our Chicago show. Please welcome Senior Drum Major Cassie Mullenix to the podium as we conclude our show by featuring the Saline Drumline with Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. High School fight song. Thank you to the Saline High School parents, faculty, and students for your support of the 2012-2013 Saline High School Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to direct your attention to the end zone. For the Crispin Chevrolet Flatbed Field Goal Challenge. Our contestant tonight, Ralph Alexis, is going to attempt to win a new truck from Crispin Chevrolet by kicking a field goal into the back of a Chevrolet pickup truck. Good luck, Ralph. Kick is up. And no good. Thank you, Ralph Alexis, for competing in tonight's Crispin Chevrolet Flatbed Field Goal Challenge. Debbie Crispin from Crispin Chevrolet is honored to present the Saline Athletic Department with a check for $1,000. Go Hornets and good luck in the 2012 MHSAA football playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, about to draw the winning raffle ticket in tonight's 50-50 raffle. Holder of the winning ticket is going to win $93 tonight. If you're holding the winning ticket, please report immediately to the press box to collect your winnings. The winning ticket in tonight's 50-50 raffle is ticket number 2324039. That's ticket number 2324039. If you're holding the winning ticket, please report to the press box to collect your winnings. Kickoff to start the second half. Matt Crochet and Joe Johnson deep for the Wildcats.
Hammond's kickoff well into the end zone. It will be a touchback, and Novi will start the ball on their own 20-yard line here for their first possession of the third quarter. It has been raining pretty much off and on throughout the evening. A lot of the buzz in the press box this evening has been how poor the weather has actually been throughout the majority of this home football schedule. I think rain in nearly every game that we've been on. So not the best environment for the people who come in and watch the game here at Hornet Stadium, as the pitch is to Forshea. Makes a cut at the 20 to the 25, down to the 32. So Forshea with a nice run out of the locker room. Gain of 12, and it's 1st and 10 for Novi. But it's been a pretty steady rain. It was miserable for homecoming, and unfortunately not much better here tonight. Boren gonna pitch again to Forshea. Strike that Emmanuel Jackson, gets about 3 yards and is hit at the 35. Matt Monahan and Smutney make the stop. Bring up 2nd down and 7. Travis Brown comes back to the Saline sideline. Jordan Olson comes on. This is a very slow and deliberate offense for Novi. Pitches to Armiak. Armiak gets 3 more yards out to the 39 of Novi. 3rd down and 4. Strike that 3rd down and 3. Baker and Jackson come back on for Novi. Armiak and Forshea go off. Let's have Sales as the deep back. Oren resets the offense. Pitches to Jackson across the 40 to the 45. Wrapped up at the 46-yard line. Good enough for another Novi 1st down. Caleb Ashby in on the tackle. 1st and 10, though, is the change move at the Novi 46. Sales and Baker head to the Novi sideline. Forshea and Mitchell come back on. Pitches to Forshea. He'll make a cut at the 45 and hit in the backfield. Good job, Dominic DeMellis and Matt Monahan in on the stop. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Novi. So good job by the 2 seniors to bring down Forshea. Be 2nd down and 10. Bourne brings his offense back to the line of scrimmage. Pitches to Jeff Baker. He's along the left-hand side, has to bounce it way into the backfield of Novi and hit right at the line of scrimmage. What a hit by Casey Shuko. It'll be a loss of 1. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11. So it was a good hit by Casey Shuko, playing in his last regular season game at Saline. Saline on top 21-7 with 8:36 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Boren comes back to the line of scrimmage with that 3-back set. Pitches to Emmanuel Jackson, makes a cut, but he's hitting the backfield again. That's Casey Shuko. What a nice series for him. It'll force Novi to punt. Joe Palka talked about getting Casey out of the game early last week to preserve him for the rest of the season. If things continue this way, I'm assuming Saline would opt to do that again. Latham back to punt. Brandon Gordon back to receive for Saline. Latham's punt is blocked by Nadar Alawar. He's all alone. He's going to run it in for a touchdown. Special teams comes up big, and couldn't happen to anybody better. Nadar Alawar, who's certainly played sparingly at times this season, makes the big play on special teams, and it's now 27-7 with 7:42 to go here in the 3rd. Gage Hammond on to attempt the extra point, and Certainly not the first block punt we've seen this year, but what a play by Nader El-Awar. He came all alone up the middle as Gage Hammond's extra point is good and was able to block that punt and take it back for a touchdown. 7:42 to go in the third. Hornets on top, 28-7. We'll be back with more next on Hornet Radio. What's that?
Do you know where you blocked it?
I think it was at the 22. But let me see.
I don't.
He says it's blocked at the 25, so.
Yeah, that guy took forever to get it off. Hunter took forever.
Block punt by Nader El-Awar and return for 25 yards makes it 28-7 now. Hornets on top. Chris Schmidbauer here on Hornet Radio. Thank you for so much for being a part of the broadcast this evening. I always appreciate the fine listeners of Hornet Radio spending each and every one of their Friday nights here on SalineHornets.com. Also, thank you to those watching on Saline Community Television Network. The kids here at Saline High School in the Video 1 production class do a tremendous job, and I'm honored that they asked me to call the game for them here. As Gage Hammond's kickoff is end over end, and it'll sail into the end zone. Matt Forche lets it carry over his head, and the Wildcats will take over at their own 20. A reminder that we will be with you through the entire state playoff run. We don't know when or where we'll be playing, but if you're to believe the snoozetoyou.com, we'll be playing Pioneer next weekend here at Hornet Stadium. That, of course, yet to be decided. Either way, we'll be on the air with the Hornet Tailgate a half hour before kickoff, followed by the start of the game after that. Boren is going to keep it himself. Hit at the 20-yard line, spins forward for about a yard. Haven't seen Boren call his own number quite a lot tonight. I think just his first official carry. The first one he had was called back because of a hold. That gain of 2, and it'll be second down and 8 at the 22. Alex Kendig has 6 tackles on the night for the Hornets. He leads all defenders in that category. Bourne under center again. Wing-back formation. It's Baker, Jackson, and Mitchell. Pitches to Jackson, makes a cut at the 20. Gets hit by Matt Monahan at the 22, and I don't know if he got back. He did. He got a yard. It'll be 23-yard line. Goes Emmanuel Jackson. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. 6:33 to go here in the third. Brandon Baldus comes to the sideline as the pitches to Jeff Baker. Baker hit at the 25, falls forward to the 28-yard line. Shuko and Kendig again in on the stop. It'll bring up 4th down and 2, and Novi will punt once again. Latham will stand back at his own 12-yard line. Brandon Gordon just shy of the 40-yard line to return the punt for the Hornets. This time protection better. El-Awar almost got there again. Punt isn't the best. It hits at the 40 and it'll take a Novi roll out of bounds at the Saline 32-yard line. That's what the Hornets will take over on their next possession, up 28-7. Achievement on the ACT exam directly impacts accessibility to colleges and the ability to secure valuable scholarship, and Great Lakes Educational Group is ready to help students to reach their full potential. Parents of students who will be taking or have taken the ACT are cordially invited to attend the ACE the ACT seminar on Thursday, November the 1st at 6:30 at Liberty School in Saline. Students and parents will learn how to interpret ACT scores and utilize those scores within the college admissions process. Again, the ACT seminar, November 1st at 6:30 at Liberty School. Tyler Palka's pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage and intercepted by Novi. Pass went off the hands of Caleb Luckett. That'll be first down for Novi, right in the middle of Hornet territory. So certainly not what Saline had hoped for. They'll take over at the Saline 34 now. Blake Boren and his teammates got the advantage of a Saline turnover after Brandon Gordon muffed a punt. Couldn't do anything with it when they were trailing 14-7. We'll see if they can do something with it now, trailing 28-7. Pitches to Forshea, hit from behind after a gain of 1. Dominic DeMellis in from behind to make the tackle, gain of 1. It'll be second down and 9. John Smutney going to come out of the ball game. Brandon Baldus trots back on. Smutney a little shaken up as he comes back to the Hornets sideline. Baker, Jackson, and Sales come back on. Forshea, Mitchell, and Armiak head back to the sideline. Handoff is to Baker. Baker's hit right at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a couple. Ashby and DeMellis in on the stop again. It'll bring up third down and 7. Inside 4:45 to go here in the third. Saline on top 28-7. Boren brings his team back to the line of scrimmage. Pitch is made to Emmanuel Jackson, makes a cut to the outside, but can't get past the 30. Gain of 2 yards on the play. It'll be 4th and 5 at the Saline 30. You would have to think that Coach Pennycuff will decide to go for it here on 4th down. Trailing 28-7, really have nothing to lose at this point. Blake Boren's going to head back to the Novi sideline to get some instruction and come back with the play call, and that's exactly what Novi is going to do. They're going to go for it. 4th down and 6 at the Hornet 30-yard line. Boren is under center. That wingback formation like we've seen all night. Fake the pitch to Baker. Boren's going to look to throw the screen pass. It's complete, but knocked down right at the 30-yard line. Great reaction time by Matt Goman. And Saline will take over at their own 31. Great defensive stop by the senior corner. And if Grandma and Grandpa Goman are listening up in Michigan somewhere, I want to tell you your grandson just made a heck of a hit there. And Saline will take over 1st and 10 at their own 31. Tyler Palka back out quickly with his offense. He'll have trips to his left. Kevin Gross in the backfield. Handoff is to Gross around the right side. Tripped up just across the 30-yard line. Short gain for the sophomore will bring up 2nd down and 7. Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Tyler Palka fakes the handoff, throws the screen pass to Gage Hammond, makes a man miss at the 30, back to the 35, and finally taken down just across the 35. VAR official gives him the 36, but I think he is going to be marked short of right at the 35. So 3rd down and 6 for Saline. Tyler Palka quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Same formation, except trips to the right this time. Tyler's going to keep it, makes a man miss. Across the 35 to the 40, flagged flies. Going to be a holding call on Celine, I believe. Either way, Tyler is a yard short of the first down. Interesting decision here by Coach Pennycuff, because if he takes the penalty, he obviously marched Celine off a lot of yardage, but they are going to take it. The other side of that, of course, is to make it 4th down, but Celine likely to go for it in that situation. So it'll be 3rd down and 15. Tyler's going to have 4 wide receivers out there. He'll be in the shotgun. Strike that 3 wide and a tight end. Balka going to look to pass on 3rd and long. Going to air it out deep down the sideline for Caleb Luckett. He's caught it across the 35 down to the 30. Nice catch by Caleb Luckett. We haven't seen the vertical passing game a lot, but a nice job by Caleb Luckett there. And it's got them set up in Novi territory at the 30-yard line. Great pitch and catch from quarterback to senior receiver. And a 1st and 10 for Celine now at the Novi 31 with 2:24 to go here in the 3rd. Tyler going to fake the handoff, now throw the screen pass, to Kevin Gross. It was marked as a backward pass, so it will be counted as a fumble there. So it will be a loss. Loss of 7. So it'll be 2nd and 16. Palka will have 4 wide receivers. And Kevin Gross will be in the shotgun. Tyler looking to throw. This time the screen pass to the other side is to Gage Hammond, and it rolls out of bounds, and it's another backward pass. So it'll be all the way back to the Hornet 45-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and a country mile for the Hornets. Back at their Novi 45. Celine would need 29 yards to gain the 1st down. Balka's going to have 4 wide and Kevin Gross with him in the backfield. Tyler's going to have to look to stretch the field again. Going to go underneath. Passes incomplete. Gage Hammond and Caleb Luckett in the vicinity. Luckett almost caught it. They are going to say he caught it. Wow, I thought he lost the football at the end, but it'll be 4th down, 14. So Caleb Luckett, what a great catch by him. Doesn't gain the 1st down, but took a lick after he caught it. 4 wide receivers. Palka is going to boot out and look to throw downfield. He's going to throw deep for A.J. Korzik. He's got it. Touchdown! Tyler Palka on the boot play finds A.J. Korzik for his 2nd biggest catch of the season. It's 34-7 Celine with 41 seconds to go here in the 3rd. 35-yard completion. And that was a great pass play from senior to fellow senior receiver. And Gage Hammond on to attempt the extra point. You can hear the pink out student section chanting A.J. Korzik, and they should after that great catch. Whistle stops the play. It'll be a offside on the Novi PAT blocking unit. So Mark Celine half the distance closer. Joe Palka got a little bit of grief, well, from me anyway, on the bus last week. He went for 2 against Skyline when they were up at this score. They were up 34-7, and Joe went for 2. And it was not intentional to go for 2. Coach Palka actually thought that they had missed an earlier extra point, so he said, yes, let's go for 2, and then realized afterwards that they hadn't missed the extra point and had gone for 2 and made it 36-7. So Gage Hammond will stay on for the extra point. This one is up, and it's right down the middle. So Again, 41 seconds to go, 35-7, Saline on top. We'll be back with more next on Hornet Radio. That's a pretty fast.
Jackson and Forshare good to receive. Game hands kickoff.
Jackson and Forshare back like they have been all evening to see if Gage Hammond doesn't get this one through the end zone. Kickoff is another good one, and no chance at a return, and Novi will take over at their own 20-yard line. Flag flies at the end of the play. I think we're going to have a personal foul call on Novi. So they will start, I believe, half the distance. So they'll be at their own 10. So certainly not what you wanted to have happen if you're Coach Pennycuff, and a mental mistake puts them even further back into their own territory. Little vampires aren't the only ones concerned with bites this Halloween. Kids with braces need to be careful when they bite into Halloween treats. The American Association of Orthodontists and Dr. Catherine Kelly Orthodontics remind all patients with braces to avoid caramel, bubblegum, taffy, peanuts, and taco chips. Find recipes for braces-friendly treats at braces.org. Blake Boren brings the Novi offense back out. Jackson and Baker are the two wing backs. Fake the handoff to Mitchell, and Jackson got it across the 10 out towards the 15. Mark it officially at the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Inside 30 seconds to go in the third. Novi's going to run one more play before the third quarter expires. Wingback formation again. This time fake the pitch to Baker, hand it off to Jackson, met right at the 15, maybe got a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 5. When play resumes in the fourth quarter at the end of at the end of 3, Saline on top 35-7. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes of play from Hornet Stadium next on Hornet Radio. Fourth quarter underway here as Boren hands off to Cameron Mitchell right back into the line of scrimmage. Dominic DeMellis on the stop. It'll bring up 4th down and 5, and Novi forced to punt. Brandon Gordon will be back deep to return. Of course, Latham, who's punted all evening for the Wildcats, will be standing just shy of the goal line of his own end zone, so need a good snap here. Nader Alawar, I'm sure, licking his chops to come after another one after he returned 125 yards on a block. This kick is not, but it's not a very good one. Going to hit at the 44 and roll across the 45 to the 49-yard line. So Saline will take over just past the 50-yard line in their own territory. We'll see if Tyler Palka's day is done. It is indeed, as it looks like the sophomore quarterback Trent Tyson will resume the quarterback duties for the Hornets. And I'm sure we'll start seeing a lot of those second-teamers phase in for Saline. Brad McCormick's going to come on at tailback. Jackson Vidauri out at wide receiver. I believe we've got Christian Miranda the closest to us here on the near sideline. Trent Tyson going to hand off to McCormick at the 50-yard line, back out to the 45, and still on his feet inside the 45 to the 42. Nice run from the junior Brad McCormick, gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Fake the handoff to McCormick. Tyson's going to keep it, trying to get some speed. Flag flies from the sideline as Trent Tyson was thrown down to the turf, and he is slow to get back up. Trent hobbling back to the huddle, and I think Coach Palka is going to look to see if Tyler needs to go back in. Brad McCormick says he does. Kevin Gross is going to come on. It'll be a 5-yard penalty on Saline. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Tyson will be in the shotgun with 2 backs, 3 wide receivers. Tyson going to hand off to McCormick. McCormick across the 45 to the 40. That's Kevin Gross still on his feet. Cuts it back inside to the 35. Good enough for a 1st down. All the way up to the Novi 35. So a nice run by Kevin Gross. He hasn't touched the ball a lot tonight, but makes the most out of that opportunity. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Novi 35. McCormick will be the tailback. Trips to Tyson's left. Hand off to Brad. Hit at the 35, but still on his feet now, taken down at the 32. So it'll be gain of 3 for Brad McCormick. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7. Brad McCormick had another good game again last week in relief after the first teamers went out. 4 wide receivers. Tyson in the gun with McCormick flanked to his left. Fake the handoff, throw the screen pass out on the flat to Elawar. Makes a man miss. Still on his feet across the 30, across the 25. He's got the angle maybe. 20, stops again. Still on his feet. What a play by Nader Elawar. He's going to go for the touchdown, just taken down short of the 2-yard line. Shake and bake all the way down inside the 5. What a run for Nader Elawar. Clearly his best game of the season tonight. He had the block punt return for the touchdown. That time shades of Barry Sanders on the play. Has the Hornets set up at 1st and goal at the 2. Trent Tyson in the gun. Hand off to Woolley. Woolley easily into the end zone for the touchdown. Well, Nader Elawar did all the work to get down in there, and Griffin Woolley gets all the spoils on that one, but what a great series for that Hornet second unit. Tyson will stay on to hold. Gage Hammond trots on for the extra point. Hornets on top 41-7. 9:19 to go here in the 4th. Kick is up, And it is good, and it lands on top of that football building, so that's clearly a booming kick from Gage Hammond. We'll take a break. 9:19 to go here in the fourth. Hornets well on top here, 42-7. We'll be back with more next on Hornet Radio.
Post-game show. Right after the band director bands Nate Lampman and his 200-member Saline High School marching band will be taking
Griffin
the field.
Woolley, after a great catch and run by Nader Elawar, has the Hornets up 42-7 with just a little over 9 minutes to play in the ball game. Chris Schmidbauer here for Hornet Radio. Thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast here on the final regular season Friday of Michigan High School football. Travis Brown on to kickoff. He'll squib it. It'll hit at the 30 and roll inside the 10, picked up by Forshea at the 15, across the 20 to the 25. Forshea will have it marked at the 27. Be first and 10 there for Novi. Best field position off of a kickoff, at least, for the Wildcats. Bill Poet has come on, as well as several other members of that second team. Bill Poet's easy to spot. He's the biggest guy on this football team. He'll line up as a defensive tackle. Boren in a little bit of a shotgun look. They're going to look to throw. Boren will throw deep over the middle. Pass is intercepted. And Saline, I didn't see who it was. It was Matt Monahan, who falls at the... Excuse me, that was Matt Goman who picked off the football. And he'll be dropped at the 45-yard line, so Saline will take over right back there. I think you can see why. Novi not throwing a whole lot this season. That just wasn't a very well-thrown ball. But when you're down a lot, and this is the problem with those option offenses, you just don't have the offensive firepower to get back into a game. Second team offensive unit will come back out. Trent Tyson, Brad McCormick will be in the backfield. Jackson Vidari, Nader Elawar, and I believe Christian Miranda are the receivers. Handoff is to McCormick. Makes a cut at the 45, falls forward to the 39-yard line. It'll be second down and 4. Elawar comes off to the sideline. Got a timeout by the Wildcats with 7:24 to go here in the fourth quarter. There's more than one way for kids to take part in high school sports. The MHSAA, in cooperation with the Michigan Association of Broadcasters Foundation, will again provide aspiring sports broadcasters and video producers the opportunity to be recognized through the Student Broadcasting Awards. For more information, visit the MAB Foundation website at mishmab.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Speaking of student broadcasting, if you're watching this on Saline Community Television Network, thank you for tuning in. The Video One production class running the cameras tonight, thank you for, again, asking me to be a part of this broadcast. I hope you've enjoyed watching it here, or if you're listening at home on Hornet Radio. Trent Tyson will hand off to McCormick again. He's across the 35, makes a cut to the 30, now dances back to the outside, 20, 15, pushed out inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And I think we've got a false start on Saline, so I think it's going to be a 5-yard loss for the Hornets, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. We'll replay the down. Erases a nice run by Brad McCormick. So all that hard work by the junior running back is erased, and Trent Tyson and McCormick will set up again. Be 3 wide receivers, 2 tight ends in the formation. And we got another false start by Saline. The whole left side of the offensive line jumped offside there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 14 now. Tyson hands off to McCormick. He's across the 50, shy of the 45. Mark Ryan, Grant Wheeler make the stop. It'll bring up 3rd down and 11. So may we see Trent Tyson throw the football here. We haven't seen the sophomore quarterback attempt a pass outside of week 2 at Ypsilanti. 4 wide receivers. Handoff is to McCormick off the right-hand side. Gets hit right at the line of scrimmage and taken down for no gain. So 4th down and 13, and Saline will be forced to punt. Don't have a punter just yet. Gage Hammond thought he was done for the evening, and he'll come back out. Caleb Ashby lets him know what the call is. Hammond will stand at his own 38-yard line. Clock inside 5.5 minutes as Hammond's punt isn't a very good one. Sky high. Will hit at the 35 and take a friendly bounce for the Wildcats before it's down by Matt Goman at the 35. First and 10, Novi. A lot of those second teamers out there again. Brian Diefenbach. Travis Brown is out there right now. Arthur West. Douglas Ayers. A lot of seniors getting into the action here. As well as Jeff Wilkie. Pass is going to be thrown incomplete. New quarterback in for the Wildcats. That's Josh Scheisler. It's 2nd down and 10, so Scheisler relieves Blake Boren. Scheisler will be in the shotgun again with 2 receivers to his left. The tailback's going to be in the gun with him. Going to look to pass. Blitzed right up the middle. Finds some room to the outside. He's across the 35 and tripped up across the 41. We've got a late hit. I think it's going to be on Jordan Olson. Justin Petersmark makes the stop. I think it's going to be on Saline. Jordan Olson fell on the pile late. So mark it 15 yards further up the field. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Saline 44-yard line. So a costly penalty for Jordan Olson in that Hornet defense. And it gives Novi new life at the Hornet 44. Scheisler will bring his offense back. He'll have twins to his right. Gonna look to throw, as he's done almost the whole time. Screen pass is high off the hands of Jeff Baker. No Hornet home there. It could have been an interception, but it falls harmlessly to the turf. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Chris Slattery comes back to the sideline. Chris has been a nice addition to that Saline defensive line. Grant Ellis has come on to play the other corner. Already mentioned Brian Diefenbach, Travis Brown, Jordan Olson. Scheisler, same formation, has a wingback and a receiver split out wide. Going to be pressured up the middle again. 2 Hornet defenders trip, and the pass is complete at the 30-yard line. Didn't see who made the catch. Austin Nicholson, the senior 183-pound receiver, has a first down inside the Saline 30-yard line at the 28. And the Wildcats are going to burn a timeout with 2:08 to go here in the 4th. Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically in school and school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Both teams will come back out. Saline well on top, 42-27, but trying to hold the Wildcats off to get out of here with a 35-point win. Scheisler still on at quarterback. He'll look to throw, now fake the handoff. It's a draw play. Running back was hit right at the line of scrimmage and taken down for a loss of 1, maybe 2. Ball was carried by Marshall Sales. So it'll be 2nd down and 13, just on the other side of the Hornet 30 at the 31. .138 to go here in the 4th quarter. Saline's going to get out of here, moving to 8-1. But I think they'd like to keep the Wildcats out of the end zone one last time here before time expires. We've got another timeout from Novi. So Coach Pennycuff says, I can't take him with me. He's going to burn them all. And we'll pause another 60 seconds of play. And that allows me to let you know that highlights and scores from football games across the state can be found every Friday night at midnight on MHSAA Football Friday Overtime on Fox Sports Detroit. Join Mickey York and Rob Rubik as they break down the action, including highlights produced by schools in the MHSAA's School Broadcasting Program. Check out MHSAA Football Friday Overtime on Fox Sports Detroit every week. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and the values of educational athletics. So that was Novi's final timeout. Pennycuff and his team can't stop the clock anymore for the remainder of the 1:19 left on the scoreboard. Scheisler comes back out. He's got 4 wide receivers. Tailback with him in the gun. Pass is going to be not even thrown as Chris Slattery came untouched from the backside and planted Scheisler into the turf. What a play by the junior defensive end. All the way back to the Hornet 40. It'll be 3rd down and 22 yards inside a minute to play here in the 4th. So just 45 seconds to play. There isn't a whole lot of time left for the Wildcats to get many plays off. Scheisler will be in the gun again. Have to watch for Chris Slattery coming off that edge. Scheisler's going to look to pass. Good protection, and they're going to actually blow the play dead. A false start will be called, so make it 3rd down and 27 for Novi. It'll be marked at the Hornet 45. Clock will start. This may be the last play of the ball game as Coach Pennycuff looked like he emptied the cupboard, and Joe Palka just got doused by the Hornets seniors. Tyler Palka gives his dad a hug, and I think that's retribution for not getting to do it out at Skyline last week. Scheisler's going to look to throw. Time will expire, and the pass is going to go out of bounds, and that's going to do it. Saline hasn't won 8 regular season games since 1950. They've done that tonight. Here, the final score, 42-7, Saline on top, and they'll move to 8-1 and now await the outcome of the Pioneer game as well as other games in the area to find out who they'll play in the state playoffs. The Hornet postgame show coming up next here on Hornet Radio, heard only on SalineHornets.com and SalineFootball.com.
For the Saline High School Coaching Band postgame show.